Welcome to the Midwest Happy Hour. We're your hosts, Lacey and Haley.
Join us for a drink and a chat with a new Midwest small town perspective on topics that will keep you learning, laughing, and growing.
So let's get into it. Cheers!
I always do something weird.
Yeah.
So, 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to another edition, or episode, if you will, of the Midwest Happy Hour.
Yes, it's fantastic. We're excited. But this one's going to be a goodie, everyone.
Yay!
Because Stevie's on.
Stevie.
Hello. Yes.
I'm so nervous. Don't
should
be
be
nervous.
nervous.
Don't worry, not
Yes.
that many people are listening.
Yes,
Cheers.
just take a sip. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, of course. So just to give everyone a little bit of a background, I knew Stevie through my sister Darby, and I was like, I am struggling with finding like someone to do my hair in town, and Darby's like, well, try Stevie, and I was like, okay, and then
That's so nice.
and I've stuck. I've stuck around.
It's been great.
How long ago was that?
At least 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder your hair looks so good all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, so good all the time.
I
I take awful care of it.
Honestly, you are one of those people that just has naturally good hair, though.
Well, thank you for
So-
saying that, because I've always thought my hair's crappy.
No?
Well,
Did you
thanks.
tell her what color your sister told you it was?
So, like, what got me to start coloring my hair was because Darby told me that my hair looked like dishwater hair. It was
Like-
like the color of dishwater, and I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll dye it. I was in 8th grade. 8th grade, and good old Bradley Leak, he's a senior in high school at the time.
Shout out Bradley.
Yeah. We went over to his house, and he box dyed it bleach blonde.
Hey, you have to start somewhere, and you were that person for him.
Yes. It looked, I mean, it was
Yeah, it was
fine.
fine.
It was what
Also,
it was
though-
supposed to be.
Your sister's hair is, like, not normal.
No!
What is that?
She has beautiful, like, natural red hair.
Yes,
And-
and it's thick, and it just is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do anything to it.
No, you just cut it.
Well-
right? That was your...
My story like that would be, I'll never forget, my sister Casey is 5 years older than me.
Oh.
And she came home one day and was like, Mom, have you not told Stevie to shave her legs yet?
Oh, no.
She was like, she has to start shaving. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like listening to the conversation, and then I was just like,
Mortified.
Yes, that feeling is
Yes.
like, you don't know.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
So,
don't
like,
know.
I can imagine you felt that way
Oh,
about
yeah.
your hair. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like,
wow,
okay.
I'm so ugly.
Right, thanks, Darby.
Thank you that
Thanks,
nobody
sister.
told me. For years, I've just been walking around.
And then you wonder, like, how long would my mom have gone?
Dude, yeah.
I probably would have never had my legs shaved.
No.
Right, never.
Ever.
I don't know if I've ever said this out loud or not before, but I didn't know until I was like 17 that you would like manscape.
You know?
I was at least like
I didn't
17,
either.
and I don't remember.
I'm the same.
It had to be like
same.
summertime. Maybe we both decided, like, you know, like I did see those magazines in my dad's drawer from the 70s, and like maybe that's gone out of style.
This is, like, really goes to show how, honestly, like, times have changed.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is such a, like, huge feeling to us.
Yes.
And our kids are going to be like, maybe they will shave, maybe they won't shave.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then anything goes.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Right, and then, like, yes, I can still, it will make me, like, turn red just thinking
Yes.
about, like, I've just been walking around the whole, like,
Yeah, my mom's boyfriend at the time told me I needed to start wearing a bra. Obviously, that's been imprinted in my head. And I was
That's
like,
what I
what the actual F?
Yeah.
That
so inappropriate.
made me sweat, and I was like, I gotta get out of here.
You know, I just saw the Barbie movie.
Yeah, oh, we
Yeah.
just talked about
Literally
yeah.
just talking about this.
So, I, like, whether you are a person that got offended or didn't get offended, one thing I just really liked was, like, how subtle it was with how Barbie felt with people looking at her versus Ken. Like, remember they were in the rollerblades, and she's just like, I feel like I kind of want to change. Like, I don't really feel comfortable, and I don't know why.
Oh.
And he was like, I feel great. You know,
Right.
but it was like,
Oh,
it's one of those
very
things where it's
much.
like, you know, this man that was dating your mom, like, no offense, I bet he's great. But it's like,
no, we can say it's fine.
Yeah, he felt the power to tell you that you needed to start wearing a bra. And it's like,
yeah,
right.
He should not have
inappropriate.
Yeah, he should not have thought that was a cool thing to do. Like in his brain, he should have been like, he should have
as a
been
man,
like,
that would have never happened. Like, because men, there are men that have, little coverage in this area.
Yes.
But would we ever be like, you should probably get a man bra?
Well, I did tell Patrick's cousin that. Sorry, Tina.
I'm already slapping the table.
I love it.
I know.
No. Sorry, I took over this.
No, you're supposed to. You're supposed to. We
exactly.
talk way too much on this. I don't know if anybody's listening, but hopefully not to me.
But what we were talking. Oh, I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say something
about men telling women what to do when that's like super out of pocket and they should like check themselves before they wreck themselves.
Right, that's pretty accurate.
Yep. Dude, people tell me like dudes talk shit about my hair at the bar. Like literally just this past weekend somebody goes, I like your hair, and I go, or no, actually that one is fine. But this dude that I've never seen before was like, I'm not trying to be offensive, but like, how do you wash your hair? And I go, how do you wash yours? Oh wait, doesn't look like it's that big of a problem, huh? Because he was balding horribly. Probably don't talk about my hair when you have barely any left.
Yeah.
I think
that's fair.
I think it made him feel uncomfortable, but I don't know. Don't say no offense and then ask something in an offensive way.
Right.
Like he wasn't being like, how do you wash your hair? He was like, do you wash your hair?
Right.
And I was like, oh, as much as you're washing yours. Not at all.
I think that like one thing I've learned in my age now that I'm 36 and is I used to feel like I had a right to defend everyone else. But whenever it comes to defending myself, I would struggle. Yeah. And now I feel like it's not really my job to defend everyone else. But it is my job to defend myself. So I think I think what you said was totally fair.
Yeah. It was just like a weird, like, I don't know. People ask me all the time about my hair in nice ways. Yeah. This guy was like, you don't wash it, right? Like in that type of way. And I was like, I do wash my hair. And then his girlfriend or wife or whatever was like, yeah, she just washes it. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I take my hands, these guys right here, put shampoo in it, and I go, and I work it in there to get all the bugs and everything out real good. I don't think he's going to ask anybody else with dreads what they do ever again, hopefully.
And he shouldn't.
Yeah, it was just so weird. What? I mean,
I just hate that, like, I feel like in today's day, it's like you just shove your own opinions onto other people. Just, like, let people live.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. It just, like, again, like, I don't need to defend other people's like, who cares? Like, walk away.
Right.
Yeah. Find a different table. Yep. Find a different bartender. Find a different bar.
Yeah. Right. And that made me think of recently, I have like a friend of mine has a new like beau, and I have been like trying to like include him in like our friend group, and like be friends with everybody. And so we had a bunch of people over at the house, and like our one friend that's been our friend since kindergarten, he I don't remember if I shook his beer up and I gave it to him or whatever, but it like spilled all over my kitchen floor. It spilled all over the place. And then and then I gave him like a towel or whatever. Like we were both laughing, and he like, oh no, it was a Jello shot, but it was watery. It wasn't like it
wasn't full.
And so when he took it, it just got all over the place or whatever. And he like shoddily cleaned up the floor, which like I gave him a job. Like I knew what I was doing when I did it. And so this like new like man of my friend was getting pissed at him. He was like, that was disrespectful. And my buddy's like, what?
Oh boy.
And he literally almost like started a fight. So like good thing our friend that we've been friends with since kindergarten left, because he was like, I'm not gonna like fight this random guy in your house, you know. And so then I had to get pissed at him and go, dude, you don't need to tell him that he's being an idiot. I know that he's being an idiot. I watched it happen. If I have a problem, I will go over there and punch him in the face myself.
Right.
But like, it's fine. Don't get mad at him for me. That's weird. Now we have this weird thing where I have to be like,
and also,
stop.
I don't really know you.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Also
like,
true. Like,
and you don't know him either, which like I had to be like, that he's like that.
Yeah,
That's how he is. I knew when I gave him that shitty Jello shot that this was gonna happen to me. I didn't like, it was just so weird, and I was like, what the fuck? But like, literally, that's him trying to defend us for us. Like, you don't need to do that, buddy. And that's just,
it's so true.
it's just how he is. That's what I've learned, is that that's how that guy is. So like, now we hang out separate from my other friends.
Yep, exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Before we get any further, though, we should talk about our drinks.
Oh, yes.
We did not do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Should we guys
again?
my favorite drink?
Wine.
Yes, wine.
Lacey got one that rhymes with her maiden name.
Gießen? I would say that's Gießen. Gießen?
You go with whatever.
But it's obviously non-alcoholic, and it's a premium red. Got it at Benny's. It was $12, and honestly, after I aerated it, it doesn't taste too bad.
It's weird that it's de-alcoholized.
Yeah, I don't understand like what really that means.
Like
There was alcohol in it, and then they sucked it out.
That's pretty cool because, you know, whenever you are taking a break from alcohol and you like the taste of, like, I am one that's like, I like a glass of wine as I cook, or with my meal. I like to pair, you know, the flavors. So it's like, if you're just taking the alcohol out of it somehow, so it still tastes like wine, then I'm in.
Because that tequila doesn't
really taste like tequila.
Yeah.
It tastes like something
but not.
adjacent, but not
but
not real.
This Phantom wine that I got is very, very interesting.
I took like the smallest sip, and it was.
I have to take like tiny baby sips.
Yeah,
it's hearty for sure. Like you said, like this needs to go in pasta. Like that's what this is for.
This is like one of those movies where like the aunt is like stirring and just like dumping in the
taking a sip and.
but yeah, I could see it being more for an uncomfortable family event.
Yes, that's such a good
example. Like, nobody's really gonna like it because nobody's gonna be like, "This is the best wine ever,"
but everybody will like feel better.
Yes,
like
exactly. All you have to do is drink one glass, and then you're basically almost drunk, and
it's fine. 14.5%. I mean, phew.
We are pairing it with the amazing sourdough.
Lacey's homemade.
I feel so honored to be tasting.
Best ever.
It's so good.
We took a video of like the
squishy.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to go on OnlyFans.
Yep, OnlyFans for sourdough.
I do a lot of things, but I don't bake.
Oh,
and I'm not much of like a crafty mom.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm not.
So, but we do a lot of things. So speaking of that, let's just go ahead and name them. And obviously, I mean, there's probably more. Because you are like the jack of all trades. I like to say I am a jack of all trades, master of none, but like you mastered pretty much everything that you have done so far.
So,
well, I really appreciate that, but I'm pretty uncomfortable hearing that. So thank you so much.
But okay, so you're a hairstylist.
Yeah, 17 years.
17 years, everyone.
Yeah. 17.
Then you have to be like the best of the best.
Well, you know, I took a different path than some with hair. Started out assisting. And I assisted a very talented hairstylist that was nationwide. So then I got to go see him work and learn from him. And then I came to Bloomington, and I was with one of the best hairstylists that started a salon here. And I'm not going to name drop anything, but like just from personal.
Yeah.
But he taught me a lot, and then I ended up getting into education through that salon, and I ended up managing that salon. So I kind of went all avenues, and then I was kind of like pregnant with my second, and my marriage was kind of like going through some things that people just always, like, they never talk about marital problems, so.
Yeah.
Right. Because every marriage is perfect, don't you know?
Oh my God. It's like so perfect.
That's why I don't get married. 13 years.
But the thing is like, we went through, we got through it. And then I was kind of like, I can't do this anymore. I have to take my clients, hopefully, if they want to come. And by take, I didn't tell anybody until I left, but I was like praying that they would follow me. And then I just like went to one of my friend's salons, and I'm still there, and it's like quiet, and I'm able to just like do my thing.
Make your schedule.
But it's like, if I didn't have to go through all of those things, or like didn't choose to go through all of those things, I wouldn't be the stylist I am now. So I definitely think that there's a thing now with any career where you get on YouTube or you become TikTok famous and you think you can like do everything and you're like so great.
Yeah.
I definitely think that it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of people pleasing, boundaries creating types of things, and I definitely am not I still don't know everything in the industry, and that's why I think I'm still in it, because it's
That's
so
what I was gonna say. That's
awesome.
smart. Yeah.
Like, I love it. My mom's a hairstylist. She's been a hairstylist for 45 plus years. Sorry, Mom, I told them the real number. So I grew up in a salon, and now I'm doing my own thing, but I still like love it so much, and it's been a really good experience.
Sweet.
Right.
I
That is
love that.
so amazing. I love it. And I feel like if you do get to a place where you feel like you know everything, then you get bored.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what do I do now? In a society that tells you, for the most part, that you stick with one career for the rest of your life.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But that's why I find you so like inspiring, because when I first started going to you to get my hair done, you were talking about that first screenplay that you were writing, about that weekend that you had at that house, and then you were like, well, I don't really know what's gonna like come of it. It's, just a hobby, and I find it really interesting. And I was like, that is just so neat that you're just putting yourself out there and doing something that interests you, because my mindset even 4 years ago wasn't that. It was just work the corporate ladder and do whatever. And
Oh my gosh, well, I totally admire you guys too. Like, this is so cool, guys.
But you were probably part of like the inspiration to be like, do something outside of the box, do something that interests you, and don't be scared about what other people think. And I think like those screenplays and Nan, and we can talk about that like a little bit later, but like you're putting yourself out there, and that is just so amazing.
Thank you. It took me, 36 years to, well, I would say, I think after I had my son 8 years ago, I like kind of gave up fear. Like, what do I like literally just had a baby come out of me.
There is something that changes in your mind
And
for a lot of people, I feel like.
Yeah, it's like, so for me, that was him, and I was just kind of like, if I can do that, what am I afraid of? Like, am I afraid of like the word no?
Right.
Am I afraid of like people telling me I suck? Like,
Yeah.
I think I held myself back so long in my 20s with things that I just don't want to miss out. I think
Yeah.
Life is too short to feel like you're missing out. Like
30.
And I would say that too. Like after I had Grant, my firstborn, I like something shifted in my brain where it just made me think like, what am I doing? What is most important in my life? Like, what is the point? If I'm not happy in what I'm doing every day, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, we're literally all gonna die. We just talked about like,
Oh my God, I know, there's like drama.
Like just like the corporate ladder, and like our society says you are successful when you achieve X, Y, and Z in terms of like financials and working at like corporate world. But
getting a promotion.
Yeah. And it's like, go. Keep trying to keep getting higher. And it's like, let's just take a breather and like enjoy the calmness and like the simple things in life.
And like just what is good for me isn't good for everybody.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Or like or what isn't good for me is good for others, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think growing up, I struggled a lot in school, and I hated it, and I remember being like, I'd love to be like a therapist, I'd love to be a professional singer, but it's like, I don't want to stay up late and sing.
Right.
I'm like not a night owl. I never have been. I can't do it. It's not for me. I don't really like social events.
Right.
I get like wicked anxiety whenever I'm in like big crowds, even though I'm an extrovert a lot of times. But with other things, I'm like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
So I think that it was more of like what can I do where I can talk to people all day? And then I just like look at my mom, and it's like,
she does it.
She has
what a
it.
good example. Yeah, for real.
And then I think it was like growing up, like I graduated in 2005. It was like college.
Oh, God. That's
And
we talk about that, too.
It's just like, just drilled. And,
no other options.
Yeah.
Go to college, or else you're gonna die.
Get in some debt. It's fine.
It's fine.
Sign on
Totally
the
fine.
line.
Don't get a job forever and just go to college, and then you're going to have a job. It's like, no, that's not. Like the economy crashed in 2008. Like most of my friends in college that were graduating, like literally had to move in with their parents for years because of how much debt they were in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And you have a degree.
I went to cosmetology school for a year, and I was like living on the ISU campus with all my friends, and I was working every day, and they were going to school. So, I mean, shout out to, is it Young America?
Yeah, the real estate.
Yeah. So I went in there, and I was like, I'm 19. I have a full-time job, but I cannot pay you 3 months in advance.
Oh.
Like, I need to be on so the guy, like the manager or the owner, like literally was like, okay, if you can pay every day from April to April, like every month, I'm sorry, not every day, then we'll do this for you. Because I was like, my parents can't just be like, here's 3 months in advance for you to live.
Isn't
Like,
that wild?
It's a crazy amount of money.
it's a crazy amount of money, and like I was just like out there just like doing it. So I feel like back to like writing and like this screenplay thing, it was kind of like an epiphany happened where I'm like, what is my backup plan with hair? Like, what if I break my hand, or what if I I have like rheumatoid arthritis runs really high in my family, and just kind of like, what the heck? And then we were driving home from this horrible vacation, and I was like,
which was such a great story.
I'm gonna YouTube a bunch of like how to write a screenplay.
Was it how you were just like, because that's what I was gonna say. You said you did it like school, so you weren't like, oh, but English was fine, or reading, or writing, or whatever.
So my friend Will and Ari, their little sister's 10 years younger than me, who's Lily, and she graduated from the U of I for acting. She moved out to LA during the pandemic.
Oh,
so we went on this trip June of 2020.
Wow.
I
in the middle of it.
I think it was June of 2020.
Like, even 2021 was still kind of weird.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
So I literally was like, hey, Will, do you think your sister would like read this draft? I spent every night for 7 days and wrote like 200 pages.
What?
Like, it was definitely like a PTSD moment, because it could have like spiraled out of control on this vacation. We'll get back to it.
Papers flying.
And Will was like, yeah, definitely. Like, send it to Lily. And so her and I started meeting up, and I say, like, I'm the draft girl, and I can do the hair, and I can do all this other stuff. But Lily, like, turns it into a movie.
Wow.
Like, her brain is so amazing. Like, she has been battling with, like, mental health for a while, and she is an amazing person, and now she's like making movies with me, and I'm just so flattered. But like,
that's crazy to say. That's awesome.
I've called on some local friends and things that also would like to do this, and we're all in our Well, she's 25. Bless her heart.
What a baby.
But so, like, we're all, like, in our careers, but I called on my friends that are actors and cinematographers, and I'm like, hey, you want to, like, let's, like, make local film happen. So then my friend Dustin, he, like, is starting it all up in Champaign area, and there's a place called Shatterglass Studios, and they started a 6-week production, like, course. So I did it. So I learned all about every avenue.
Wow.
And now I've gotten some paid jobs through them to do hair and makeup.
That's amazing.
And I've been on, like, a few movie sets now, and I, like, know how it goes. So then I'm like, they told us one day, you know, watch this YouTube video, and it was just like this, he's famous, but I'm really bad at remembering things.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
I don't remember which one it was, but what I learned from it was like, oh, there is no special pill. There's no special roadmap. There's like, literally, if you want to do something, you got to do it yourself.
Ugh.
Okay.
There's
And
no
so-
app for that.
There's literally no TikTok video that says like how to get my movie made or how to
Right.
get people to read my movie or
yeah.
So that's how Nan was born.
Right. Okay.
My grandma's an amazing person, and she actually is like, she has more funny stories, I think, than like serious stories, because she's like left her car running, you know, on accident. She left her water running multiple times, flooded the house, like things that like throughout the years we've been like, who's writing this down? Somebody's got to write a book. Somebody's got to write a book.
Yeah.
So her dementia's getting worse. She's 90,
Oh, wow.
as it should at this
You're
age.
90.
Right.
You do
You're
whatever you
90.
want.
She's
Yeah.
amazing. So last fall I was like, hey, do you think I could sit down with you on the phone and just like ask you about your life? So then it turned into like 3 hours of me just like typing and her just like telling all these stories and stuff.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I was
What a
kind of-
great thing to do.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was just, I'm just like crying. I'm a crier too, so I was just like crying and typing and crying, but I didn't want to like interrupt.
Right. Just let her
So
go,
she
go,
told
go.
me, you know, things like her mom died of tuberculosis when she was 5.
Whoa.
She spent most of her life with her mom in a hospital visiting. She was born without a hand developing fully because of the medication she was on.
Whoa.
She then told me that her brothers were like off doing their thing, and so her dad remarried so that she could have a mother, and then she ended up being like the stepmom, like the wicked stepmom that like
Ugh.
sent her to boarding school so she was raised by nuns basically.
Ugh.
Just things like that like, yeah, this all could be a movie for sure.
Yeah.
But then she, you know, just, I could tell that the story that she had about her husband leaving her, saying he was going to work one day and never coming home. And she just, like, has so much grace.
Mhm.
There's, like,
There's-
all forgiveness.
There's
Like,
something
no-
about that generation probably
Yes.
about like it's like they don't give a fuck, but they do. It's like I don't know if they do or
I don't
not,
know.
because I'm like, the way you're saying this, like, is that real?
So-
And did you care when
Yeah.
that happened, or like?
So Nan is going to be this film about being a woman and being a mother, but it's also going to have this like internalized rage, because even though she'll never say it, she was raised by nuns. Like, she's so proper and like,
Yeah.
but I'm a mother and I'm
And
a
you know.
woman, and I know whenever I go to the bathroom sometimes and I just want to like,
Right,
You
that
know?
trailer, and that's exactly what I got from that trailer. I'm like, she's
Yeah.
put together on the outside, and
Yes.
everything's fine. And then that part where she's is screaming, like, really in her mind.
yes.
It's like, yeah, yep.
So that was the
Yep.
Lily, like, she was like, okay, what do you think about this? And I'm just like, well, now this is a movie. Like, everything Lily touches of mine, it just, like, turns to gold, in my opinion.
Sweet.
So it's like this, like, I feel this weird, like, force of nature is like, this is not my story to tell. This is a lot of people's story to tell.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Oh my
we're
gosh,
excited.
I'm so excited. Me too. I think that's so amazing. Okay, but then you guys created the Forced Party films.
So
did you create that before, like?
well, no,
Kinda.
actually, we, like, got together right before we launched, and we were like, well, Lily came to me and she said, well, we really want to make local filming like awareness. You know, we want this to be a thing. Like, we want to build something. So I think we need, instead of this being all about Nan, because we also have the Lavender Lake House, and we are going to make other things. And and so she was like, I think we need to come up with something. Like, we need to have like
for it to be yours,
company
right?
name
Like an
type of-
umbrella.
Yes.
So it can fall
all be
under
on
it.
there.
like a network.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so her last name, the definition is force.
Oh.
And my last name, the definition is party or entertainment.
Yeah, I love it.
So we took, instead of doing like party forced, we wanted to make it kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Something that people would remember. So forced party, because like, I mean,
yeah, it's cool,
who doesn't love whenever somebody just like shows up and is like, come on, we're going out.
dude. That's
Right.
me.
You know?
That's me. Shut up. I have beer in the car. Go.
We all
Leave the
need
shoes
that
on.
person.
That is her.
So we're kind of doing that in Central Illinois.
That's
So
I love it.
Side note, which is weird, like, what do you call that? Synchronicity, kind of.
yeah,
So these, like, regulars at my bar, you know, this one guy, Gene, the sex machine, you'd love it if he heard that. I'm going to show him on YouTube.
okay. Do I need more wine for this?
Yeah. So he
Twist my
is a
arm.
guy that has, like, all these classic cars, right? I mean, like, hundreds of thousands of
I
dollars.
need
and
his
he's like,
number.
Dude, yes, because he actually just drove his Nomad to Farmer City on Saturday to be used in a film.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and so they drove it down the street a couple times, and him and Brandon and the dog got to be extras. They were like, "You want to be in the movie too?"
Let me know. I need something from 1950 to 1960.
Oh, dude, he's got you for sure.
Cool.
I mean, like
and
1,000%.
who knows? I might know the filmmaker. Like I've just
It's a sci-fi, I think he said, but like
it's been one of those things. I feel like I've been going through college. I never went through college.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like you have to walk in and like network. You like I have
Yeah.
to be like, "Hi, my name's Stevie,
Mm-hmm.
and
right.
I want to talk about things." Like I'm like people come to me and sit down and they're
Right.
like, "I want an inch off my hair."
Right.
Like this is very outside of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
So like just me coming on here and talking about it is very good for me because it's like I kind of have resting bitch face anyway.
No, you
Whenever
don't.
we're in like
You're so
in-
pretty.
I'm in focus mode. I'm just like.
I love
I'm just
it.
like, oh my god, I have to be like,
No, it's so
hey,
good.
I want to know you. So
Yeah, we feel that feeling. We just started this last October, and like, you know, the first one I think we ever did that charcuterie class.
oh,
Yeah.
I
And-
loved that.
Oh my god! And then so we walk in with like this giant bottle of champagne.
I'm
you
getting
know?
a little more.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
so I like pop this bottle of champagne as she's like, "Everybody, introduce yourselves." Like she goes around the room, and I'm over there like.
We started a podcast and we're just trying to get out there and do
glug,
things.
glug, glug. Yes, it was like, oh my god, I feel so embarrassed. Like nobody listened. By
That's
the way,
me.
please.
That is me. I feel like that is me.
Yeah, but we did have that, like, I felt kind of like that awkward moment of like, hey, I want to talk to you, but they want to talk to us at the house outside of Towanda.
Oh.
The,
Duncan Manor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
They're
they had like a
wonderful.
thing, and so there were people set up in different rooms.
Mhm.
You know, we walk in and they're like, hey, like about our thing. And then we're like, well, that's relevant to us because we have a podcast. And it's like, you can't
Yes.
really not say it because I don't want to be like withholding
good.
information, but I
That's
don't want
good
to be like,
advice. You just
outside
have
my
to say
podcast.
it.
Yes, you just have to be like, yeah, we have a podcast. That's why we're here. Do you want to be on it?
And also, like, all the people at Duncan, like, the owners of Duncan are amazing.
Yeah.
Duncan
Yeah.
Manor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. We've been trying to get them on, and the first time they had sick kids, so then they couldn't come out. But they're like going to be doing some like fundraising.
they're just,
Yeah. So
They're
they're probably going to
someone-
come on soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've done their hair before. They're
Yeah.
amazing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like, if anything, it's giving me this, like, new branch,
Yeah.
you know? And
Isn't that so exciting?
you know, my husband was kind of like, so, like, what's up? You having, like, a midlife crisis or something? And you know, like, he probably doesn't even, like, remember even saying that to me.
Right.
But I remember it, and I was just like, no. I just, like, I will say, I mean, I don't want to cry, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to cry.
It's okay.
But it was kind of one of those moments where I was
wine.
like, I've had really, like, great loss in my life. And I know we've talked about that. And I've had, you know, 2 of my friends died when I was 16. And, like, not just me, the whole town. You know, we all lost 2 lives that day. Because I grew up in a small town. And then my grandma shortly died after that, who I, like, she was, like, my second home grandma. You know, lived, like, right down the street.
Yeah.
And it's, like, I think I'm the only person of this generation that doesn't like murder podcasts, because my dad's brother was murdered and he actually was like a cold case. Like, and so that's really stupid.
No,
and then my mom's sister passed away.
Like, I felt my mom passed away, it'll be 2 years in February, and for a while, because I'm super into, like, murder podcasts, like 48 Hours, like, all that shit. I watch Forensic Files at night, like, I don't care. And for a while, I was like, this is gross, and I don't want this to happen to me, because all it does is just bring up, like, memories, you know, and I'm like, ugh.
Like, that was in, like, 1979, I think. But I asked my therapist, I was like, so, like, can we talk about generational trauma?
Right.
And she's like, yes, Stevie, you have because it's like, you know, I grew up in such an open family where we just talked about things, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, whenever my husband said that to me, it was like, you, like, having, like, a midlife crisis. And I was like, no, like, I just really want to, like, not stop.
Yeah.
Until,
I love it.
like, there's no reason to stop until it's my time, you know?
Right.
And so,
it's like, when you, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's like, I think a lot about, I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to waste my time doing things that I don't want to do. And I also am tired of wasting my time by not doing things because I'm scared of failure and scared to do it, because who cares if you fail? Like, who cares? At least you're doing it. You're getting enjoyment out of it. It's something new that you're learning.
And your people are still going to be so proud of you.
Yeah.
One of my friends, the one that owns the salon, she was like, hey, like, even if this trailer is all that you ever make, you made it.
Yeah.
And that's
so
really
good.
That's so
It
cool.
really
And I
is.
was like, yes, like, that's what I want my kids. I want my legacy, if you will, with my kids to just be like, Mom said, you know, who cares? Just go for it. Like,
Mic drop. Exactly. And that's what same thing for my kids.
yeah.
It's like, just do it. What we literally remember when we yelled at those girls just walking down the street. We're doing a podcast on my dad's front porch, and we're like, "Just do it. Follow your dreams."
Right.
Just like sitting there with microphones and
It's
wine.
like so
you know?
dumb.
Like, oh my
It's like,
God.
it sounds so, like, dumb.
I know,
But
right?
then you're like, no.
It's not.
This is so important.
I've been like going down like a struggle of like mental, I don't even know what to call it, where I just am struggling accepting following like the status quo when I feel in my gut, why?
Totally.
Why am I like, this is going to sound stupid. Haley's going to be like, homeschool? Really? You're
Oh my
gonna
God,
homeschool
don't
your kids?
bring it up.
But like, even in my head, like, that's just like a little thing.
I have
like,
a friend that does it, and if you ever need her,
thank
she
you.
is amazing.
It's one's like, do not do it. But like that, and like,
It's just
and like just
But
our
that might be
government and
your
just
calling.
everything. I'm like, why?
That might be what you are called to do.
Yeah, but I don't know, because my 3-year-old really gets
Amen.
He's gotta
maybe
go
when they
somewhere.
get like to
No.
7 or 8,
No.
when they're like a
It's
little
gonna-
bit more
Dude,
manageable.
you're gonna be like, it happens to everyone. I've watched it through the years at the bar of people who have kids, and then they go, they're so nice and I love them. And then at like 6, they
It's a
go,
phase.
summer's over.
Yeah. Oh, I
Right.
hate that. I
The
hate
kids
that
are going
word.
back to
Right.
school.
Right. And I'm not saying I won't. I hate's a strong word, but I just disagree with a lot of things in our country at this time, and it like frustrates me that I feel like I have to put my kids through that to then teach them to follow your dreams and like just do it, and who cares, like whatever. Which I feel like you still can. I just am struggling accepting that it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my biggest piece of advice is when they do go off on their own, no matter what age they are, you will have no control over what they do and what they say. I remember Will, like my son, got on the bus, and I was just like, holy shit. Like, no matter what he does today, it's none of my business. Like, I have no idea. My son last year accidentally stepped on a girl's foot during recess, and she broke her foot. And I didn't know. I didn't know for like 2 weeks. And then I called the school, and her mom is our secretary.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, hey, Will, like, said something weird last night. Like, did he break your daughter's foot? And she's like, yeah, it's totally fine. It was an accident. Like, and I'm just like, how did I not know about this?
Yeah.
So I will just say,
you, though, it's like one of those things.
You have to know, like, you're doing such an amazing job with these kids. Like, just by you loving them every single day and you showing them right and wrong and doing whatever, just even on like
and
this
doing the
level,
things that you want to do
and showing them the things that matter to you. Those are morals and those are values and those are something that are going to be engraved in them.
Right.
So
and that's why I show them NASCAR races on Tuesdays.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
And Will like came home and he was like, man, I feel really bad. I think I broke this girl's foot.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, what? What did you do?
Right.
And like I instantly was like, what did you do to this girl? And he was like, no, I didn't mean that. I'm like, okay, sorry.
I need to calm down. And
I need to calm down.
Yeah, but it's a crazy thing.
I will just say, like, it is a mind-blowing experience once you get to that point where you're like, man, whatever they say in dance class. Like Vera, my daughter, she has cussed more in her 4 years than my son has ever. Like, I'm like, what did you just say? Like, she'll say, she was sitting on the couch the other day, didn't know I was around. Come up for a glass, and she's like, oh, damn it. And I'm like,
who told you that?
Excuse me? Right. I'm right. What? And she's just like, and I'm just like, Vera, that's not okay. It's like, you know, I don't.
She's like, shit, I didn't think you were listening.
But homeschool or not homeschool, whatever you decide, you got to do it because that's really important to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so our kids go to Carlock, and I was like devastated whenever they were almost not in a school last year.
Oh yeah.
It's like a whole thing. Well, there's one teacher per grade, so Will has only 13 kids in his class.
Whoa.
In his second grade class, and it's unbelievable. And I love it so much because it's like
small.
It's so small and like a family, and like I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is horrible. Like if they shut this down, blah blah blah. And so I didn't realize how upset I was going to be at that.
Yeah.
But I think that one of my friends, like I said, she has like a whole like homeschool co-op, and like they do so many awesome things together, and it's working for them.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out whenever it's time.
Right.
Yeah, you'll send them to school. So I'll bully you into it.
I get what you mean, though. I do get what you mean.
Yeah, I just feel like there's so much out there. Like,
it's just a crazy move. I mean, I don't know. I
think a lot of things are crazy.
Yeah, having kids is pretty crazy, yes.
Exactly.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Wait, I want to go, please, back to this professional singing. Because immediately I'm jealous because I can't carry a tune
me
in the
either.
bucket.
My mom tried to create a band with us three girls. Like,
oh my god, I love that.
It was called Two Buds and a Rose because Dustina had volunteered. So right, how freaking cute was that? Derby had a violin, I had a guitar, Dusty had the drums, and I mean. The rest
you're
is history.
Like what is the
Dixie
with,
Chicks?
No, I was thinking more like Joan Jett. And
or like,
none of us can sing.
Well, so I started singing with my grandpa growing up.
Okay.
And at church, and my dad's been in a band since I was born. He's a drummer and a singer. He's an amazing singer, but he does mostly drumming. And the drums have like saved his life with rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, he still plays, and he's still in a band, and the man can barely walk. He's having back surgery on Monday.
Oh my god!
But he plays the drums. Like, so music has always been in me, but I felt always that it was my gift from God. Like, I never really felt like calling with it other than like with family and stuff. Well, this past year my voice has changed. I got sick back in March.
Ooh.
I just had an ENT appointment. Everything's gonna be fine. Thank God.
Were you freaking
He
out?
put the thing up my nose. It's like look in the back of my throat to like check because I keep losing my voice and like I sound like I smoke cigarettes and like I'm like partying. Like I've never even sounded like this in college. So this like sexy raspy thing is like not normal for me. But I still like love to sing and it's
Is it your nodes? What was that?
yeah.
Pitch perfect.
Yeah.
Your nodes. Can you hit that roll?
They were like I was so worried that I had like nodules on my vocal cords and like anyways I'm fine.
You're growing into your Miley Cyrus era.
You know,
like
so that album is like my favorite.
It's so good.
It's so
Start to
good.
finish.
And a new song's coming out literally
on the
like
23rd.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
25th.
Or
It's
yeah,
the 25th.
it's this weekend. Yeah, or
It's-
Friday.
it's happening.
Thursday, Friday. I don't know. Yeah, I'm so excited.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge like I love classic rock and then I love pop music.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge Miley fan because she does all that.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, so I would love to. I dabbled in singing, and I really like played with my friend Luke. We did wedding ceremonies, so we would sing from like while people sat down during the ceremony. The bride and groom leave, and then we were out, and it was like the best way to sing and
Right.
make money, and
Everybody's happy.
then I'm done.
and-
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
have to be there all night.
Right.
But yeah, so like I Dixie Chicks, huge fan.
Yes. Love
Oh my
it.
God, Traveling Soldier.
We literally just watched the video and like
Yeah.
we're like, bah!
I'm like, why am I crying again?
how are they bringing this up? That is so weird.
Right.
Seriously,
Okay.
it was just on your YouTube.
Yeah.
It was like a suggested video.
So my voice sucks, but I'd give it a whirl.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I remember the words. 2 days past 18, he was waiting for the bus in his army green, sat down in a booth. Cafe there, gave his order to a girl with a bow in her hair. She's a little shy, so she gave him a smile. Said, would you mind sitting down for a while and talking to me? I'm feeling a little low. She said, I'm off in an hour and I know where we can go.
I love That was so fun.
I would
love
literally never talk regular if I could sing. I would just sing
I know.
24/7.
Right.
I would just be like,
So
what do you want to eat? I do it anyways.
So, funny story, I do that a lot, and it's really embarrassing.
But it's good. Like mine's just like
I
terrible.
love that.
Oh,
Man,
yes,
but
that
man,
was
even like
so
hearing
good.
that part of the song, it just like
Oh, that song
chokes me.
wrecks me.
Yeah.
If I'm in my car and I need a good cry, I'm like,
Dixie Chicks. I'm about to find the album in my in my CD collection.
it's like so good. It's like not fair.
Right.
And like Ready to Run and
Oh,
yeah.
like just
Done. All of them.
all of them, literally. When
And
she's so pissed.
I love their like. I do love being a woman. I know that's like a topic these days,
Right.
and I think that it's a fair topic, and I think it's important for people to be the best version of
Correct.
themselves, no
I
matter
agree.
what they feel. And I just love being a woman.
Same.
Yeah.
And so the Dixie Chicks and Miley, like,
Right. They just like empower that.
it's
I
so
feel like, yeah.
empowering.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that, I think
Yes.
that's probably why we like love them so much, is because they're like
Because it's just like, you're not going to
Yeah.
tell me what to do.
yes,
Right.
Do whatever I want.
Yes.
I'm a woman.
Like that, their song "Not Ready to Make Nice."
yes.
Oh.
After all that, I'm like, yes.
The video
Oh,
is
that's
just,
awesome.
and
Like-
she's up there and she's
That's another one
Yes.
that I cry every time I
Yep.
try to sing
Yes.
that.
Yep.
Okay, another one I cry. I literally cannot sing "The House That Built Me" by Miranda Lambert.
Oh yes.
That's a
Every
good one.
time I start singing it, I'm like, my dog is buried in my parents' house right now. You know what? It's like she talks about it in the song, like the dog's buried in the back. It's like
So is mine.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I know.
That's-
I feel you.
That's tough. Oh my goodness. I'm glad
Well,
you
thanks
did
so
that.
much for
though.
having
Your
me,
voice
guys.
is beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
But okay. Wait, is it time? How?
I
What,
don't know,
what time are
49
we at?
minutes. But I'm getting some pretty, crazy text messages that might be funny to read out loud.
Oh no.
Oh, is this live?
No.
Oh my God.
No, don't worry. But I did just get a text message from my dad that sent to the group. He said, I have a girlfriend. Dad,
No.
please no. Kendall just sent question marks.
No, Todd.
There is a crazy woman trying
Why?
to invade my
Why
dad's life
can't
right now.
you have a girlfriend?
Because she just came from Arkansas, and I don't even know who she is. And just because she was fun in 1980 doesn't mean that she's still cool in 2023.
Right.
All right, I'm going to tell you the same thing my dad told me
Okay.
after my grandma died.
Okay.
And my grandpa started dating this woman
Oh my God.
who is still in his life. He's 92.
Okay.
And she's 87.
Okay.
He looked at me and I was really upset. I was 15. I was just like,
So
this
you're-
is horrible. You know,
Yeah.
what is he doing? And he's like, okay, that's fine. Are you going to go there every morning and have breakfast with him and coffee? Are you going to go there and have dinner? And
Oh,
are you going to take him out? You're going to drive him around? Going to go to the grocery store? You're going to do his laundry? You're going to show him how to do laundry? He's like, because if you're not doing all of those things, then you need to let him be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sucked.
Yeah. That's the feeling.
And you know what? It probably will never feel good.
Yeah, no. I don't even really, I don't know. But this
Maybe
woman
it's just not
is
her. Maybe
skeeving-
it's just not her.
She's just skeeving me out right now because, like, she just came out of nowhere from Arkansas and was like,
So
I
are they
haven't
dating
seen-
on the internet?
No, literally, like,
She grew up in Colfax and then moved to Arkansas at some point, so she already knew Todd.
they knew each
and-
other when she was like 17.
And she was like hunting him down in
Literally,
Colfax.
this is also like a thing that people do.
Yeah, and this is what's happening to me right now, and
I'm
I'm
so sorry.
not like.
Also, by what I just said, I am not saying that you're wrong with your feelings.
No, I know. Yes, it's just one
Are
of
you
those things
kidding
that's
me?
it's
I
gonna
would
have
be
to
the
happen.
same way.
Yeah, and
I'd be
that's
like, yes, I will go do all those things with
I
my
know
dad.
because I was up his ass after my mom died. I was like at my dad's house like every day, and
Sure.
he was like that one time I go, well, I gotta go dog sit, so like I'm gonna be gone for like 5 days, and he was like, I'll be fine, like. And I was like, Dad, I'm like,
How dare
"Dude, like,
you?"
right,
No,
yeah.
you won't.
Yeah, no, but this woman is just, I think it's the way that she gave me a hug on Sunday and
Okay,
said,
here we go. This
I'm-
is the real.
Yeah.
she said, I'm not weird. Don't worry about me. And I
Everyone
went,
say that.
that's a crazy thing to say. So
Now you are.
Yeah,
So,
now I feel super weird.
no, there's definitely something about an energy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
for
just
sure.
don't
I
know
agree.
her, you know. and,
Haley
like,
is awful at picking up like
yeah.
people's
She can be totally
like
normal.
energy and like she doesn't read people very well.
No, I don't at all. 0%. I'll just go right over the top and just decide right away.
I have to say, I've been so jealous of this podcast since it started because my best friend lives in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
And we're always like, I wish that we could like. I feel like people would really like us if like we could like
Right.
hear it, and I like hear you guys, and I'm like, I love you guys. I was so
you.
excited to come.
Yeah,
Like,
start your Zoom podcast. Like, it's no
Yes.
big deal. Just be like, all right, girl, we're meeting up every Thursday at 7:00.
Yep.
And then
it
turn
gets
on your
weird.
camera.
My best friend, she's a lot.
Yeah.
I love her so much, but sometimes I'm like she
Just
she
that
like,
look.
she like legitimately wants her son to marry my daughter. Like I'm like, Shan, don't talk. She's like, go over there and sit next to each other. And I'm like, they're like,
Can you let that happen
8 and
naturally?
10. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Are we 100 years old?
She's just like, "Ah, he loves her. He loves her. I know it. And I'm just like, you're insane.
Oh my god.
Right.
So
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's
I
great.
love
You
that.
gotta have it, though. You gotta
Yeah.
have it.
Well, whatever happens, maybe this is just, maybe he just needs this, like,
Oh,
Get himself out
He
there.
is
Yeah.
thinking, I think he's being a man right now.
they can't help themselves.
No.
And I'm just gonna have to deal with it.
Because your mom would have been totally fine, right? She probably would have never looked at another
Good
man.
thing Kendall took her to Texas because she would have became a ghost immediately when another woman walked in the door and been like, ooh, get out of my house. Guaranteed.
And when Haley says Kendall took her to Texas, literally the burned.
In the box.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Took
took
the
her
box.
to Mom's in Texas at Kendall's house in the
Oh my
liquor cabinet. Jesus Christ. She would not have liked that either.
No. No.
But she is like in the middle on display with the light and like
She could put a bottle of Jack.
Do you
right
guys
next
want to like spread her around?
I don't know. We've kind of talked about it, but we just can't really decide.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe for Christmas I'll get like a little piece of jewelry that you can like
I've
put a
seen
little.
those.
Yeah,
Those are awesome.
My friend Anne, who was on the podcast, she does it for her dogs, and I'm like, well, it doesn't have to be dog ashes to go in there, does it? Does it say that on the Amazon?
We have 2 dogs now, the ashes.
Yeah.
And the kids, like, whenever our dog died last year, it's like everywhere we went, Vera, age 4. Yeah. Hi, my dog died. I'm like, it's like you can't help it. Like, you're like laughing and you're also just like, Vera, hunch.
Stop telling people that.
She's like, you see that black and white dog? I used to have a dog like that, but she died. And they're just like, everywhere we went. And I'm just like, why do we have to see every black and white dog now? It's like whenever you buy a car, and like you start seeing the car everywhere. It's like, oh dear God. But like she couldn't help it. You know?
Oh my gosh, kids are so funny.
Yeah.
They just pile the stuff. Yeah.
They just are. They're so funny.
Yeah.
And that's why she's going to be in my movie, because I know she can handle it.
Yeah.
Will would be like, what was I going to do? Like, he plays hockey. Like, he's like, both my husband, like, I met my husband and he had long hair and he was in a band and I was like, awesome. He's not going to like sports because, like, my family is so obsessed with sports.
Oh, yeah.
And it just, like, gives me anxiety why everybody hates each other, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm very, like, peace sign. Like, let's not fight. Let's love.
Yeah.
And so, but no, he was a secret jock underneath this, like,
son of a bitch.
like Metallica look, you know?
Yeah.
And he still loves
fooled you.
Metallica,
Yeah.
but like, and so Will, my son, is like that too. Like, I was like, oh, I think I'm like, I don't think he's gonna like. I think he's gonna play drums or something.
Yeah.
He's like, loves hockey. Like, we're gonna be spending thousands and thousands of dollars.
I heard hockey is so expensive.
It's
gotta be
fine.
the equipment.
I'm just
right?
like, how many more highlights is that piece of equipment for my day?
Right.
And I need mommy has to go do
That's
3
like-
Bill's hair. So
Mommy won't be here because she has to figure this out.
do you like your life?
But like my husband, like seeing, you know, we've been together 16 years, married 11, and seeing him become this like hockey dad is like really great.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
he's just like, they're just doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and
That's so
Vera are gonna
fun.
make some movies, and the boys are gonna just like vibe out.
That
in
is
their
so
sports
fun.
stuff.
I love that.
I love that. Yes.
It's so funny.
So your movie is going to be called Nan.
Yes.
And-
So I call her Nana. Her real name's Mary.
Okay.
But I was like, I like Nan.
Yeah.
So I'm
Your
going to name her
Nan.
Nan.
Yeah.
Her name is
Right.
Nan Ferguson.
I
Ooh,
love that.
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
And so this movie's in the making still.
The movie is, we have a GoFundMe.
Yes.
You can, we've almost hit our halfway point, which is amazing. I mean, I just can't even believe it. So we have a GoFundMe account, and you can also find Nan Short Film on YouTube if you just want to watch the trailer. And yeah, we're just like trying to like get funding to pay people correctly and like pay them, even though this is a passion project for Lily and I, we want to be able to pay the actors, and we want to pay
Right.
mostly for,
Oh.
oh, there we go.
Our battery's gonna die.
Oh,
Battery
is
died.
that why it went out?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I thought
So
that-
yeah, so like yeah, we can just, we're getting like our ducks in a row, a lot of pre-production, a lot of antique stores, because of why I had to pick a period piece for a passion project. But yeah, so we are coming to, we're doing all the things. We're meeting on Saturday to come up with more things, and once we get a budget plan and once we get you know, locations and things, we're going to put out a casting call. We need multiple more actors.
Yeah.
I'd love to get a hold of like some local schools and do like maybe see if I can use their building. I need like a principal and a secretary and like all that stuff too. So we're hoping to get it all coming along so we can get this movie made.
Hit the GoFundMe.
Right. So like the Instagram account is Forced Party Films.
Forced Party
Yeah,
Films.
and then that link, that GoFundMe link, is right there, and you can also watch the trailer from
Yeah.
this link.
So good.
Thank you.
It's so good.
You're
It
singing
gave us
better.
goosebumps. I'm like, this is gonna be amazing.
Your singing is better, but your trailer
Thank you
also
so
gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, it was so good. And
Well,
also
60
go
chicks,
follow
you know.
Stevie just on your normal Instagram because
Stevie Courage Hair.
right, and she also posts things on her story. I'm talking to the people now that are really encouraging and like empowering.
Thank
And
you.
I love it. That's part of why I love
Yeah.
like following you on Instagram is because you just say very encouraging things and you're real.
Thank you. Whenever I first got my Instagram, I was saying to Haley earlier, I feel like I got it at the right time. Like, I have a lot of following, but like, I feel like I just got in there at the right time. I don't know. I like look to my young clients and I'm like, how do I do this? And what do I do with this? And I don't know how to do this. So I'm not really good at it. But one thing, whenever I started social media, I was like, I am just going to be myself. It's too hard to be somebody else than who you are.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
be yourself and you're going to win.
Yep.
You're going to go. My husband always says, like, be 1% better than you were the day before.
Yes.
Even if it's just 1%.
This book,
Hey,
Atomic Habits,
and
was all about like
yes,
this.
you're running, like how
Yeah.
you were, like that so inspired me.
Thank you.
Because you're like, I went slow, but I still went there.
Mhm.
Like, that's the kind of stuff that our youth, our kids
Encouragement.
need to see.
Yeah.
And people of our generation.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about generational trauma between
Right. Right, like I'm
comments and
tired of
things.
like following like all the fake stuff and like all
Yes.
the like influencers
It's not-
that are
it's
like
not real.
pushing stuff.
It's
And
fake.
it's like you don't
Yeah.
even probably like that, but you're pushing it because you're getting paid for it. Which I get, like this is how you make your money, fine, whatever. It was just giving me so much anxiety.
But
I
so
need to follow
one of
people
the
that give
ones-
me peace and like
I started
excitement.
following all these people that were like, simplify your house. Like, don't have
Yeah.
anything in your house.
Right. Oh
And
god.
then
It's like
one day I was like, unfollow, because I was just like, this is not real.
yeah.
Because you're not gonna go get rid of 6 forks and only have 2. I'm not doing that. Sorry,
Like,
it's not
this
gonna
woman
happen.
was like, on Mondays, I mop the
Yes,
ceiling
like,
and
okay.
the wall. And I'm just like,
I did that once before I
I
moved
haven't
in.
touched it.
Until I turned
No.
100, it's probably never gonna happen.
I'm just like,
again.
where's the stuff?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hiding.
It's behind. The camera's facing
It's
this way.
behind
It's over
the
there.
camera.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, on TikTok, I'm all about the fake videos because they give me joy.
Yes.
They're funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like real life, like it's not
Inspiration.
real. I
Right.
want people to understand that, like, you know, it takes courage every day for people to wake up. It takes courage every day for people to not take the drink of alcohol. And
Yeah.
it takes courage every day just to be like, today wasn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm blessed and I'm privileged and I know that and I'm learning every single day. But that doesn't mean that I can't still be human
Right. Right.
and have bad days.
Right. And people need to know that.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm-
fucking amen.
Amen.
Yes.
I'm done. But
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yes.
This is fabulous.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you
I'm
for
glad.
coming. This was
I'll
so
be back next week.
Yes. Yes.
We are a live audience.
Yeah, I'll be the live
We'll
audience.
still give you drinks. Just be like us for it.
I'll be like, sorry, Brian, I can't come home tonight.
No.
They need me at the podcast.
Ready? Gonna get a Midwest happy hour caravan. And we
I'm just
party
coming back for the
night.
sourdough.
Dude,
I'll make
so
you a
good.
loaf.
Okay.
I need to get my hair cut.
I'll trade you in sourdough.